Senior officers, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Senior officers, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. May I also recognize in our midst Major General Enenche, retired, who was a past commandant of this great citadel of learning. You're welcome, sir. Also in our midst today is Major General J.G.K. Miam, the Director General, Nigerian Army Resource Center. You're welcome, sir. I will continue with the history of this great college. The college relocated to this complex on the 28th of April 2018. And because it is better suited for all the training modules and offers an intellectually stimulating environment for learning to occur. This complex has 3 lecture halls equipped with cutting-edge information technology and multimedia systems, a well-stocked library with access to over 7 million electronic books, well-furnished accommodation for participants, a mini sports complex, as well as a clinic, a pharmacy, a mini supermarket, and laundry services for ease and comfort of the participants. We also have a standard wargaming center in its completion phase, but it is partially functional. In almost 8 years of its existence, the college has trained a total of 596 officers of the rank of colonel, lieutenant colonel, and their equivalents in the Nigerian Navy and Air Force. Additionally, the college has conducted several capstone and faculty development courses over the years. The college also trained officers of the Nigeria Police Force, Nigerian Customs and Immigration Services, Security and Defense Corps, the Federal Road Safety Corps, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, and other ministries, departments, and agencies. So far, 34 officers from our allied countries of Benin, Botswana, Cameroon, Chad, Cote d'Ivoire, Democratic Republic of Congo, Eswatini, Gambia, Liberia, Niger, Morocco, Republics of Congo, Rwanda, and Togo have been trained in this prestigious citadel of learning. From its humble beginnings with Course 1 in 2017 to this moment with Course 9, the college has continued to build on a legacy of excellence revered within the armed forces of Nigeria. Now, let me give you highlights of the organization of the college. The college is organized into the college headquarters, headed by a commandant who is a major general. The commandant is assisted by the deputy commandant and director of studies and other directors who oversee the academic and administrative arms of the college. The college headquarters is further organized into directorates. The members of faculty, also referred to as the directing staff, who keep direct contact with the participants, are supervised by the deputy commandant, director of studies. And during the course, 10 to 12 participants are grouped in syndicate, with each syndicate placed under the tutelage of at least 2 members of directing staff, who moderate the syndicate discussions and exercises. It is also the directing staff's responsibility to continuously assess each participant's progress. Senior officers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the special guest of honor will arrive at this venue accompanied by other dignitaries. They are kindly requested to please rise as the special guest of honor enters the graduation hall. I shall also request you please remain standing for the national prayers and until the special guest of honor takes his seat. Please be kindly reminded to set your phones on silent mode or switch them off during the occasion. Thank you, sir. Band, entertain us with light music. Senior officers, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. May I recognize in our midst the President of the Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, Mrs. Mernan Femi Oluyede, ably represented by Mrs. Gloria Bassi. Also with her today in our entourage are other members of the Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association. You are welcome, ma'am. Permit me to inform you that Army War College Nigeria has had a number of commandants who have shaped the college into the center of professional military education where learning thrives. May I most respectfully request past commandants of Army War College Nigeria to please rise for recognition. The past commandants, sir. These distinguished personalities are revered for transforming professional military education, not just in the Nigerian Army, but also for setting an enviable standard of training for the armed forces of Nigeria. Thank you very much, sir. While we await the special guest of honor, permit me to share a short joke with you. 3 friends were stranded on an island, and after praying for them to be rescued, an angel appeared. And the angel told them that it would grant them just one wish. And so the first man ran forward and told the angel, "I miss my family very much. Please, I want to go home and join my family." And poof, he was reunited with his family, and they were rejoicing. And the second man who was stranded on the island ran forward and met the angel. "Me too, I want to go and meet my family." And his wish was granted. He was reunited with his family. And then the third man now came forward and saw he was lonely on the island. And he made his own wish. And he wished that his friends were back with him on the island because he was lonely. And the wish was granted. And this teaches us to learn to keep good friends. Another joke. A soldier was on pass, and he boarded a train to go to his destination. And then when he got to his first stop, the train stopped, a general walked in, and then he stood up and paid compliment. "Morning, sir." And the general said, "At least, soldier, please be seated." The train moved. They got to the next stop. The soldier stood up again. "Morning, sir." And the general looked at him and said, "This level of regimentation is something else. Soldier, at ease, please, sit down." And the soldier sat down. They got to the third stop. The soldier jumped up again. "Morning, sir." And the general looked at him and said, "Oh boy, your regimentation is too much. At every stop, there's no need for you to jump up and pay me compliment." And the soldier quickly replied, "Sir, please, I need to." And the general asked him why. He said, "Sir, my train stop was 2 stops away, but anytime I stood up to go, you told me sit down, and I sat down obediently." At this point, I'll just request our band to entertain us with more light music. banned.